What's up? What's up? What's up, Instagram fam? Instagram fam. Instagram family, what's happening? What's happening? So look, we just finished doing the Skybox for the Skybox community. We got a hell of a week in store for y'all this week. We got my man, not only, and I was hopefully we would have a great turnout, but it depends because it's Memorial Day weekend or Memorial Day. People out there with their family hanging out, having a cocktail, eating ribs, eating chicken, or doing whatever you do, spending quality time with your family. I get you. I ain't mad at you for that. Do your thing, right? Is that Bridget? Hey, Bridget. Okay. But for the people that's like, want this information, hey, man, it don't matter what day it is, what holiday, birthday, Christmas. Let's see what Marcus talking about. So look, we've been start the week off. We about to start the week off with one of my favorite people. I'm talking about this is a personal friend of mine. This is my nephew. This is somebody that's in his mid-30s. Mid-30s. Y'all didn't hear me. Mid-30s. That's been in the trucking business for over 15 years. And he owns, he might have to correct me, he owns 28 semis. Y'all, let me turn this down. Steve Kerr talking. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. The man is in his mid-30s. He been in the trucking business for over 15 years. And he got 28 semis. Do you know what type of discipline, mindset, tolerance level that you got to have for 28 semis? Do you understand? He is the king of the oil field out of Dallas, Texas. He know everything. He know when fuel rises, why it rises, why it comes down, why it goes back up. He knows everything. And he in his mid-30s. He blows my mind when I get to talk to him. When I'm talking to him, I'm like, what? I say, what? What is that? What? He talking stuff I ain't even never heard of. He's just that powerful. His name is Marcus Blue Collar. And if he's ever in your presence, you'll never know he worth, he don't like for me to say this. Look, he don't like for me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. He don't like for me to say this, right? You'll never know he worth millions. Because he don't do no fronting. He don't do like Coach got the drip. Like me and Brewster got the drip. He don't do no dripping. He don't do none of that. He gonna have some shorts, and he look like a linebacker with the calves, and he got the shoulders, and please don't piss him off, because he gonna beat you down, y'all. He gonna beat you down. He gonna beat you down now. Don't piss him off. Look, he the real deal now. He don't take no trash now. Don't piss him off. He about 6'2", about 240. Look, I think he done lost some weight. I think he down about 225 now. Look, don't piss him off, y'all.
He coming for you.
Huh?
He coming for you. You make him mad.
Yeah, you make him mad. He gonna come for you now. He don't play no games. He don't play no games.
None.
All American out of high school, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So Marcus, we waiting for Marcus to come on.
I think he's already on. Let me make sure. Let me see if I can ask.
Let me see. There you go. There go my partner. There go my guy right there. There go my guy. There he is, everybody.
What's up,
Nephew.
What's up, Coach? How you doing?
Nephew. Look, y'all, look. Don't piss him off, y'all. Don't make him mad. Please don't do that. Just be cordial, be nice. He very polite, very humble. He ain't got no drip. He ain't got no drip. He don't do no drip. He a Texas boy with the dually and all of that. But look, he's been in the business. Marcus.
How you doing, Coach?
So look, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So how long you been in the business?
I've been in trucking 15 years.
15 years.
Yes.
And you in your mid what? 30s?
I'm 38. I'm 38 years
38.
old.
Okay,
Yeah.
38. And how many trucks you got?
We have 26 units.
You got 26 units. And you specialize in what?
I specialize in the oil and gas industry, but I do reefer, step decks, flatbeds, back pneumatics, and we do sandbox for the oil field. And we have our own full service diesel shop in Alvarado, Texas.
And this is a family business.
It's a family business.
It started with you, and then it branched out into the family.
Well, it started with me, and then my brother. He's strong financial accounting background. So without him, it's no me. So as we were building the business, as I went and got my trucks and started building the business, I brought him along because it only made sense. And so me and him have been probably working the business for about 12 years strong together, and we've been able to amass a lot of money and being able to take care of our family and also build a culture when it comes to from our mechanics into some of our strong, loyal drivers.
So you not only have 26 trucks, you also got a repair shop for the truck.
Yeah. Well,
so you fix your own truck.
Well, if you want to be ambitious and go past, in my opinion, 8 to 9 trucks, you're going to need some kind of service. So I learned that in 2017 when we was actually running a lot of trucks, and I decided in 19 to go ahead and get a shop and go at that. And that's just like starting any other business. Your first 2 years is gonna be rough. You're gonna spend a lot of money. You're gonna have mechanics that you don't trust, and you're gonna but eventually, just like any other business, it's gonna taper off and it's gonna be where you want it to be.
Okay. So give the audience an insight of what the oil thing is, the oil field thing is.
So I started in the oil field 15 years ago. That's where I started. I didn't start in a traditional over-the-road space. I started in the oil and gas industry as a frac hand. And when I started, I learned the game of fracking. I was learning fracking. But I had in my vision to run trucks one day, right? So as I continued to be in the oil field, I was looking for things that I could run and do in the oil field because that's all I really knew about trucking. So as I grew as a supervisor, I went into the office one day because I seen multiple trucks just lined up. And those trucks were just sitting there. They wouldn't go nowhere. They would just sit there and and the drivers were happy. So I knew they was making money. So as a supervisor, I was like,
Hold on. Let me interrupt you. So look, I want everybody to hear what he said. Hear what he said, because he just said something that was extremely important. He said he noticed that the truck drivers was sitting in the truck waiting, but they was happy. Mm-hmm. And why was they happy?
Well, I don't know. That's why I had to go investigate. They're there 3 days as a frac crew. We're messing up the well. We just out here. We got bad equipment. We doing stuff we shouldn't even be doing, right? And they sitting there just smiling, and I'm like, that's different because we over here struggling with this well, but they're happy. Let me go in the office and find out why they so happy. And so when I went in the office, this was actually in 2011, I believe, or 10. I went in the office and I looked at the slip, so how much they were paying these people. And they were paying them like $150 an hour just to sit there on that load. And once that happened, I said, that's what I'm going to do. So I was patient. I bought me a truck, put a blower on it, and about another 6 to 8 months time frame, I was out of the oil field into the frac sand hauling part, and I started to build my company from there.
Wow. So look, y'all, even though I'm the box truck coach, and I specialize in box trucks and cargo vans and sprinter vans, but what I'm trying to do is get your mind to expand to it's so many different avenues in trucking. What he does, a lot of people don't know about. They don't know about what he's talking about. Every time me and him get the conversation, he be throwing these words out. I don't know what the hell they mean, man, but I know he know. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to expand your mindset that you can do box trucks, you can do cargo vans, you can do sprinter vans, you can do flatbeds, you can do the oil field. But this man right here, when it comes to the king of the oil field, Marcus, did you hear me when I told him don't piss you off?
Yeah, I heard you, Coach. We gotta tell them all about it.
Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, so elaborate just a little bit more about the fracking and all of that stuff.
So my journey with hauling frac sand started right after I left my job for my frac hauling job to go do frac sand. I left the job, but in my journey, I wanted to run 100 trucks. Like I asked God and I put in a vision, and I actually was headed to do that. Right. So I ended up jumping out there, running frac sand. And about 2015, me and my brother got up to about 15 units. In 2014, we got to 15 units. We were running in PA, and we were on a day rate that paid $2,000 a day if the truck moved or not. Right? If you look at 2015, oil was at the same height. It was at 112. It was like 112, 118, around the same height. About the fourth quarter. So me and my brother decided to grow the business. So I came down from PA, got a contract, and we started to put owner operators on. By February 2015, the oil field and the market had sunk. I bought about $200,000 worth of equipment, and when I look at it, it never left the yard because I wasn't prepared. And so what did that do for me? That let me know I was beat before I bought the equipment. The market had shifted before I bought the equipment. There was indicators that if I was smart and educated, I would have paid attention to that I couldn't see because I didn't have the proper education. So I had to go through the pain to learn how to actually read the market, study the market. So now, like, you can't miss me. I can tell you what's going to happen in the next 6 months. I can tell you what's going to be, where fuel going to be at next year. It's all indicators. It's all education. And I built a course to put like my people on because we don't really understand these important indicators. So we go out and we do stuff. We just buy equipment. Like I'm pretty sure in the last 10 weeks, you've had people go and purchase equipment, not thinking fuel was rising. They was just buying equipment, not knowing that they were eating up the market share. And in a little bit, the market's going to turn and the price of that truck they paid was going to be cheaper.
So look, so you just said something, and I want the audience to understand this. And me and you had this conversation maybe about 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I just told my group in the Skybox, and I just told some of my coaching clients that people that just jump in this business with no mentor, and when the tough times come, they don't know what to do.
No. And I would be foolish to tell y'all that I've never had a mentor. Like when I first, they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When I first bought my truck and I got out in the oil field and I bought my trailer and I got out there and I put the effort, I ran into my mentor. Like it immediately. He seen what I was doing. He loved what I was doing. He heard my visions, and he pushed me in the right direction. He allowed he allowed me to be who I was, and that was in my own power, standing in my own power. But he allowed my vision to get pushed in the right direction, so I can hustle with the right clarity. And that's what a mentor does for you.
Golly, that boy said the right clarity.
That's what a
So,
mentor does for you.
so you basically saying it's a necessity to have a mentor in this business.
Yeah. So, and let me give y'all just this small thing that I've had in the past. My same mentor, one day I told him I'm gonna take over this oil field one day, because as I'm watching them, I'm one of the oldest, youngest people out there, and everybody is older than Coach, right? And so I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I ain't gonna be out here 15 more years. I'm gonna be here, right? So I tell him I'm taking over it one day, and he says, "Shut up! You ain't gonna do nothing. You don't have your own authority already." And so when he said it, he was right. And so guess what? Next week I got my own authority. And so what he didn't understand is he pushed me to that, because I was just talking, but he pushed me to it. And then at the end of that year, I hired myself. So he started the journey. I didn't actually go. About 6 months later, I ended up going and actually doing my own thing. So he was already like, if you really about what you say you about, you'll already be this. You'll be doing this, you know? And so it just made me put stuff into action, Coach. It made me look at stuff serious. It made me examine, like, did I really want the dream? You know, and that's what mentor.
So you will never ever forget that mentor.
No, and rest in peace, Callie. He left my life. He left this work June of 2019. He died in a car accident. But actually, part of our journey, some of the people that are still in my organization was right there with me. So I got like a shout out to Q Ball. He's been with me. He's my big brother. He's been with me since I started doing frac sand. And so I think it's very important that in this time, Coach, that you get with those drivers, those people that'll go the extra mile for you, that'll do the extra things for you in this time, because this is going to be a challenging time for all of us, but we have to navigate it the right way.
So tell the audience talk about the fuel. What's going on right now?
So, and I want y'all to this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to give y'all I'm not biased by any policies. I'm going to say that, put my disclaimer out there, but I'm going to give you, I'm going to let y'all know the key problems of why our fuel is high. I'm not going to speak on Biden or Trump or nothing like that, but I'm going to tell you what a policy does to change why your fuel is high. So Trump gets out of office in the fourth quarter of 2020, fourth quarter, Trump's coming out of office. And as he's coming out, we're resetting as a country. They're trying to figure out what Kobe is doing. The oil field's just been crushed, right? It's just been killed. We don't have no oil field at that point. We lost all our rig count. So Trump is building it back up, right? We are at that point behind the 8 ball when it comes to energy. So you can't never be, energy is one of the things you can't never be behind it. If you look at the stock market, it talks in futures. It's because we always got to be ahead of it. If we believe in freedom and fuel and just walking this earth, we have to go before you. And so with that, in the exploration side of the oil field, that's a process that takes 2 to 3 months to be ahead of you. So we're always ahead of the game. Or we don't have freedom is what we call freedom, right? We don't have freedom if we don't have this. So what happened in 2020? We shut the world down, but we also shut our energy world down too. So everyone got good rates. Fuel was low. It's supposed to be, because our consumption was low. So the reality of it is, as we started to open back up, our fuel need had a problem. And so one thing Biden did, January 2021, he cut off the Keystone Pipeline, and he put 100 executive orders to reverse all oil plays that we were doing at that time. As Biden does this, he's basically told the world that he doesn't care for energy like this. He's told the world, he's told Russia, he's told Saudi Arabia that he's going to march and move on his green agenda, right? That's what he's told the world. So as he does that, 2021 comes through, we're doing good, but as soon as the summer months come, fuel starts to rise. And why? Because we need it now. If we're in futures, we're going to need it next summer. If we're in futures, we're going to need this next summer. So when you start looking at that, and where he showed us that he messed up at, he opened up our strategic reserves. Like he's showing the world that he's out here panicking, right? And so this is the reason we have this fuel problem. And the reason, and more so, when you have Russia and you have Saudi Arabia, where number one and number two in the world when it comes to giving us fuel and gas and energy, they see the problem we have too. So they take advantage of what we're doing right now, and that's why the war with Ukraine and all that. We open ourselves up to be vulnerable because we shut our energy sector down. So it's really about policy at this point. And
so let me ask you this. So, and look, did y'all see how he just broke that down? How he went from one president to the next president. He went from Trump to Biden and all of that. That's how sharp he is, y'all. This when me and him talking, I be blown away. I be on the other end of the phone. I be listening to him. I be looking at the phone like this young man know all of this stuff. So what would you say that is this unusual that oil rise? I mean, the gas prices rises, they come down, they rise. Is this unusual?
This is of a 08 type feeling. It's this one is it always happens to a degree, but this is different. And this is different for many reasons, because we have political problems, and we have political problems in the Black Sea with Ukraine and Russia having a war. That's what creates more problems for our energy sector. It creates more problems for boats. If you would look at logistics in the boat side, if I had a war and I put a warship there, it's going to be hard for you to send cargo through that canal. So that creates the warship. The ships have to go more routes, and that's going to take more time, and it's going to delay more time. And as we delay days and we delay those futures, we're going to need more oil, and that's just where we're at as a country right now.
So if you had to give the audience some tips on how to save fuel, what would you say?
If I was to give you tips on how to save fuel, and you were for one, I would give you, if you own your truck, congratulations, and you have a bad driver, I would cut him. That'd be the first thing I do. I would make sure the person in my truck is rowing with me. That's one thing. That's the first thing I would do as an owner. Second thing I would do, I would watch my idling. The Keep Trucking apps, all those apps have idle times. It show you if you're idling at a low efficient rate or a high efficient rate. So I would watch my idling. So the more idle, the hours you idle, the more gallons of diesel you're going to burn.
Man, okay, break that down. So you saying, because I know on the box truck, on the Hino, they tell you don't allow the Hino to idle too much, because it's like putting hours on the engine.
Yeah, it's putting hours, and most diesel trucks consume about 24 gallons in a day. So you burn a gallon an hour if you idle your truck. So think about burning $5, $6, $7 an hour right now, and you got a load going down the road, and you're trying to get that load there. So I would be more conscious, and especially in the box truck space, it might be best to put your driver in a hotel so you can conserve that fuel, because when you look at those things, you want to figure out how can you maximize your business. Right now, I'm doing cuts. We all doing cuts. I had reefers going crazy at one point, but the fuel consumption with reefer on my weekly bills, I had to readjust that and pivot to like more flatbeds on the road. I had to pivot to more pneumatics on the road because the oil fields up. So it's in business, nothing stays the same. And so don't get caught up with this 2-year fun time we've had over the road where the world was allowing us to actually run a business, but not actually knowing how to run the business in the bad time. So I'm hoping people save their money. I'm hoping they have some capital so they can navigate through this time, because we are in a 2-year run.
So when you said, when going back to the idle thing, so you saying, so if you had to put a time frame on your drivers sitting idling, you would say no more than 10 minutes, cut that bad boy off, no more than 15, no more than 30.
I would just make it a policy. Like I would make it a policy when they get to the shipper or somewhere, they turn the truck off. You and as an owner, you can see that. You got your Keep Trucking app. You can see that that truck has been turned off. So it also, I mean, you might think you're watching you're bothering somebody, but you're watching the pennies, which end up dollars, which ends up to hundreds and thousands. So you're watching those things. So it's very important.
Wow, man. God, Marcus. Man, I ain't even know that. I mean, I knew about the idling thing, but I was like, I totally forgot I got to pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying?
And then, Coach, the thing about it is fuel additives. Proper oil changes at 10, if you're at a diesel truck, 10,000, 12,000. Those things are going to get you through. In the summer months, oil additives, that's going to get your engine through these hot summer months. That's going to burn more fuel. So it's just about being proactive. Like, you're either going to spend the money here, or you're going to spend the money not paying. It's going to leave your face. It's going to be like hitting fees that you don't even know. It's just going to be gone. And I've been there where you like, how do I slow this stuff down? And you have to figure out how to get there. And as a business owner, you got to watch the pennies. And that's one thing about my brother. He's an accountant and turned an auditor. So he's always been like the penny watcher. I'll go push the business and get the business and build us something strong. But he's always been the person to say, hey, stop spending or start spending, or we're good. We're in good model. We're doing what we need to do. So
give me some products for the oil additives and the fuel additives.
You got Lucas Oil, Lucas and Howes. Those are two good ones. Lucas and Howes. Those are two good ones.
So Lucas got one for the fuel, and Lucas got one for the oil?
Yeah. And then you got Howes. They both have, those are two really good ones. They're going to save you some fuel. And I mean, I know people don't look at that as savings, but when you look at that stuff going into your engine, it goes in there and it keeps those fuel injectors from firing the right way. It makes the fuel injector strong, so it will get you before you have to pay for another fuel injector. So you just got to look at, like, you have to look at this as a time where I gotta really focus in on my maintenance, and I really gotta have the right driver that's rowing the boat with me.
So give me an example of when your driver should put the fuel additives and the oil additives in the truck.
An example for the oil is the first, when you do the oil change, you just go ahead and put the additive in there, and then through oil changes of the summer months, put the additive in there. So yeah, so the fuel is more, I would do it every week. I would do it every week. I would watch it, but I would watch my RPMs. I would watch how much fuel I save. If I'm not saving no fuel, I will stop, and I'll figure out why am I not saving no fuel. Sometimes you have problems with like water in your fuel lines, or clogged up fuel lines, dirt, soot. Because when you run your diesel tank to the bottom, I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't run my diesel to the bottom of the tank. And the reason I wouldn't, because it picks up trash. And so if it picks up trash, it's going to put it in your engine. And so that's going to cause more fuel problems. It's going to cause more problems you don't need right now when you're trying to be efficient. So don't, scare money don't make no money, and keep that thing above half a tank.
Did y'all hear what he just said, yo? He said, when you run your truck down to the bare E and fill it up, all that trash at the bottom is going to circulate through the fuel line and get in the engine.
And so think about it. These fuel lines are probably that big. They're probably about that big right there. So trash is getting through there, and it's sticking inside of the line, like it was like a colon, it's sticking inside the line. And as that trash continues to do that, you're picking up less fuel mileage as it passes through there, until at one point you're just gonna be spending. It ain't even gonna be worth to drive your truck because you're gonna be spending so much money in fuel.
Wow, man. Did y'all hear what he just said? And you know what's the sad thing about it? I don't know everything that you said, but I know about Lucas and all of that, and I haven't been doing that with my trucks, man. I
Yeah,
haven't been doing that
those
with my
things
trucks.
get you a long way, Coach. They get you a long way, especially when the heat hits. You gotta understand that heat. Your truck runs at 200. Most trucks run at 200, and it'd be 150 on the ground. So you thinking you're running down the road with 400 degree of heat on your truck. Your truck's always gonna pick up heat, and in the summertime is when if y'all look at y'all bills, you pay more for maintenance in the summertime because of the heat.
Y'all, I hope y'all soaking up this information, man. I told you this guy right here, man. Young man know his stuff. So look, let's talk about like next week. I got a 4-day training camp for box trucks, cargo vans, and sprinter vans. So tell the people what you told me about the box truck.
I told you I think the box trucks will do pretty decent in this time because of the LTL, the Amazon. That's a model right now when you look at consumer spending, that people are not going to be driving to the gas station. They're not going to be driving to the grocery stores. They rather do Amazon and pay or a carrier service to pay those type of prices, because what happens in this market is people figure out how to save money, because what happens in inflation times like this, I don't care who you are, you're going to see it in your pockets right now. It don't matter how much money you consume, you're going to be able to see that your consumption is moving a little faster than it was. So you might have to consume more. But I think in these times, that's just where we're at, you know?
So if you had to give, I'm trying to find the right word. If you have to give a projection of the trucking business for the next 3 years, what would you say?
I would say the next 2 years are going to be challenging. And I would say the third year is going to be where everything gets better. So one thing you can't measure in trucking is greed. And I've seen this time and time out over my years. People go and buy and do more than they actually can do. And the process of the greed is going to take its place right now. As fuel becomes 75% more than it was last year. So as that continues, that is our enemy against prosperity right now. As that continues to climb, and it's one of those costs we can't control. So as that continues to climb, are your numbers right? Do you know your numbers? Do you know your break even? Now, if you don't know your break even and you don't know your numbers, you're just gonna be out here running like a chicken on the wheel or something, a rabbit on the wheel. You're gonna be running crazy, and you're not gonna make no profit. So it's very important that you know your numbers, and if the numbers don't look right, bow out, pivot. I had multiple reefer units. The numbers didn't look right. We went back to we took some of them off and went to the flatbed step decks, and then we took some more off and went back to the oil field strong. I'm not gonna go out here and run that many reefers, and I reduced my reefers to like 6 or 7 units. I'm not gonna go out here and do that. It's not gonna happen. Like I'm gonna make the decision now, so I don't have to make in 2 years. I don't say that drugged me. So you don't want to get drugged in this market either. You want to be making the right decisions right now. Watch everybody else crash and buy their stuff up. That's where you want to be at. You want it's musical chairs.
Look, did y'all hear what he's saying? And I just said this. I've been telling y'all that this is the importance of a mentor. Because if you jump in this trucking business and you don't have no guidance, he just said it, you're gonna crash and burn.
The industry is set up for you to crash. That's why when you look at it, it says 80% failure rate. Think about it. This is the only business you can start a business and you have no idea what you're doing. This is one, like, and then you get, as you start the business, you run down the road and a DOT slap you on your neck, back on your hand, and say, here's a ticket. And you got to deal with that for 2 years. But you didn't know that. So it's one of those businesses where, yeah, it's a big money business. People love to hear the money. They love to make the money. But if you don't understand the money, business is not even worth doing.
That's what I'm saying. So guess what this led into, y'all? You need a mentor. You can't jump in this trucking business without somebody teaching you the game. I know the game. He know the game. Bruce know the game. Last Mile legend Chris know the game. D3J know the game. I'm surrounded around people that know the game. So we got a 4-day challenge coming up next week on box truck, cargo vans, and sprinter vans. Monday, we're going to talk about sprinter vans and cargo vans. Tuesdays, we're going to talk about box trucks. Wednesdays, we're going to talk about the load boards on seeing all these loads you can get. And then Thursday, we're going to talk about the paperwork and insurance and all of that. The point I'm trying to make to you is you can survive, you can do well, you can be successful in this business, but don't be a crash dummy, y'all. Don't jump in this business and you don't have no information. All you heard, watch this now, all you heard is people on social media, man, I made 7,000 this week. I made 10,000 this week. I did this, I did that. But if you don't have no great foundation, you don't have no mentor, don't do it.
And with in a mentorship, you need to have somebody that understands finances. Like, finances is very important in your pivot. It's very important in your scale, and it's also very important when you know you done did too much and you need to cut back. Because the thing, what me and my brother have developed, I have this trucking look for the next 3-4 months. I can see he does the same thing with our finances. He's looking in December right now, seeing what we need to move. Like last year, we knew the fuel was going up. So what we do, we wanted to stay in the reefer side. We were leasing some reefer units. We were leasing like 5 of them. No, we were leasing like 8 of them. And we decided to reduce those lease units. So we bought 5 of them. So we reduced our costs because we wanted to make sure we stayed in the reefer game, but we wanted to make sure we could stay in there with a good cost. We already had the solid drivers. We just needed a good cost, and so we bought the reefer units, and we got rid of the lease units.
Wow. So Marcus, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. What's your platforms? What services you offer? Tell them everything.
So my platform, get in touch with me, Blue Collar CEO on IG. But I teach how to get in the oil and gas industry. Not only do I teach that, I make it easy for you to get in this industry. So I have a course that shows you how to win in it, and it's a science class, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you was to purchase my course, you're gonna learn, and it's gonna blow your mind on how serious this stuff is. And I'm a visual person, so it's a lot of videos, it's a lot of stuff that I just put in there, and I'm still uploading stuff onto this course because now it's I call it my season. It's go season. Fuel's up. I'm not really mad. I was honestly learning and trying to figure the game out the last 2 years over the road. Now my baby back, the oil field back, strong and ever. And so I just want people to get education, knowledge on that, because that moves the world. As long as that's strong, over the road's gonna have some challenges.
So look, somebody just said, say your company name again.
314 Logistics.
314 Logistics, and they can get you on Instagram on what?
Blue Collar CEO, and I'm gonna tag. I'm gonna. If anyone wants the course, I'm gonna push it right here, Coach, where they can go and they can click into it. I can't do it. If anybody wants to purchase the course and get a part of our team, they can. If you have your own truck, you have a trailer the cost is too much, and you want to do power unit only, we have Ryan Reserve where we can put you on and actually get you in the oil field immediately, right away. If you want to do the pneumatic game that I do, I can put you on immediately in that game. We mentoring people right now. I've put, I think, about 150 people in the oil field through my course last year. And it was some coach that I take my hat off to Adam, you, Kiara. Y'all getting around y'all it let me understand the importance of knowledge for others. Like, you can have all this in your head, but get it out of your head and put it down for other people to actually consume. And so when
Go
you
ahead.
look at that, you're getting my 15 years of how to read the market. You're getting and not only are you getting that, you actually are going to be way farther than I was, because you're not having to make these mistakes. You're going to know what the indicators look like. You're not going to go buy trucks right now. You might slow down until you see the market start to turn, because you're going to be reading these things and being educated on them. And so that's where I believe our people struggle with, because we don't want to be educated. And so as I continue to do this, I'm just going to continue to push and educate us on the oil field. I mean, it's not our game, but it is our game. Me and my brother were able to run 180 trucks. We did 1.5. We had a $2 million a month, but we were averaging $1 million a month. Before the pandemic, we were at 800,000 that month when it hit. So, and we were running other people's trucks. We only had 10 trucks at that time, but we were able. If you pay attention, we were able to build our company through that way. So it's just been a good journey, man. My mama retired. I mean, I wanted to play football and retire my mama, but I was able to retire my mama through my dreams in trucking in the oil field.
Did y'all hear what that man just said, man? That man just said his goal was to retire his mama in football, but he ended up retiring his mama in trucking. In trucking, y'all. Stop playing, man. Look, coach is surrounded around nothing but people with knowledge about this business. What you got, baby?
Marcus, I got a question.
Hey,
Marcus,
what's up?
I got an 18-wheeler with a reef on the back of it, and I need to get my truck to Texas. What do I need to do, Marcus? I need to take that truck.
You need to get it to Texas. What we bringing it this way for?
I don't know. You got to tell me. I know you said I got to take the back off and then just bring the
Oh,
front part, right?
So yeah, I talked to her about last week. We talked about putting you in the pneumatic space. But Miss Tammy she actually wants to get on this pneumatic money when it comes to the oil field. She don't want to do the boxes. She wants and let me say something about that. Pneumatics cost a little money to get in, but the volume, you're doing about 12 to 16,000 a week with the pneumatic space. And the thing about specializing is nobody can come in and just take what you got when you specialize. If everybody's doing it, you can be replaced. So the oil field creates a way where everybody can't do it. First of all, they don't know they gotta go spend. Some of them blowers get up to $12,000 just by themselves. That blows the sand. The pneumatics are now, because of the market, these old pneumatics $60,000. So when I've had people come into my course and they were serious, they flew down, got into the mentorship, and they're out there right now making money and on a contract that I hold with a sand company. So
Marcus, in terms of me, right now we got to get Miss Tammy right. So, because my husband bought me a truck, and
we're gonna get you right, Miss Tammy.
Okay, so let me ask you.
I want to get you right. You right.
Okay, Marcus. One other question about how much money do I need to set aside to get my pneumatic, whatever.
You want to lease one. I want you to lease a pneumatic, because I want y'all to always. I started in the oil field. That's why I got so many pneumatics. I didn't know nothing else. And over time of watching the market go up and go down, I learned that I needed to diversify. That's why over the last, I think me and Damien started diversifying before the pandemic. We were like, we just want to do better, do more. We want to be a full logistic company. And so we started to do that. Once we did that, it's just easier. You can see the market better. You can see things happening before it happens.
Okay. I'm sorry. My husband, he know I didn't know if he was going to stop.
We already talked about that.
I got one more question for you. When I think about a pneumatic, is that thing that be on the back of the truck is silver and like it got like the little, you know, when you milk a cow, it got those 3 things hanging under the bottom?
Yeah, it has pods. It has pods. It's called a dry bulk pneumatic tanker. Now that's what we're hauling the sand in, and I mean, like I'm telling y'all, that's the game right there. Like, so there's the set. You when you want to when you like. So I got vac pneumatics. That's also we haul plastic with that with Niagara and Coca-Cola. We haul their plastic. And Obama, he did a thing in 2015 where he said no more plastic going in the ground. We're going to do all renewable plastic. And so even then, I was on it. Like I told my brother, let's get into this vac pneumatic space. I never even know how to do this stuff, but as you trust God, sometimes stuff just happens for you. Now we have a vac pneumatic division where we have solid people in there, and those two trucks, and Damien can vouch for this, will probably beat 5 to 7 dry vans by themselves.
Okay, so all I got to do is bring it to you. That's all.
Yeah, Miss Shannon, go ahead and just bring it to me. We'll get a blower on that thing, and we'll get you moving.
All right, deuces.
We just need to find your driver.
Okay. I can't drive it, can I? Okay, I'm just.
No, you can't do that.
All right, so look, everybody. So, man, Marcus, you killed it, man. This was extremely informative, man. I love you, brother. I mean, you just killed it tonight, bro. You killed it with the information that you shared tonight. For people that's listening, this 4-day platform that I'm on, it's not just talking about box trucks. It's talking about what Mark is talking about, the oil field. It's talking about the oil field. Boss man Bruce is gonna be talking about hot shots.
Shout out to Booster. Shout out to Booster. Big reform.
Yeah, big reform.
Big reform.
Chris gonna be talking about the cargo vans and the delivery thing, and then D3J gonna be talking about FedEx. So we sharing this information to let you know that it's multiple avenues in the trucking space. You just got to figure out what you like. It's different avenues how you can do this thing. So for this June 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, we got the 4-day challenge with the box truck, cargo vans, and sprinter vans. Take advantage of that. My information, one thing that I learned about the trucking, the foundation is the same.
Mm-hmm.
The foundation is the same. The difference is you got to know the per mile for the 18-wheeler, the per mile for the box truck, the per mile for the sprinter van, and the per mile for the cargo van. And then what Mark is talking about, you got to know specific or special qualities in the trucking that will never die. It's certain things that will never die in the trucking business, and you specialize in it, you'll make a killing. So and
I think people, Coach, they have to get more off of one information than more than one strategy. See, I don't really teach a lot of information because I know how to move. I teach strategy, and my course is built into a lot of strategic ways to be successful in the trucking industry. And I think you need information is cool, but strategy is what you need to actually navigate and be successful.
Wow, bro. You killed it, man. Well, hey, man, we finna chop this up, man. It's over with. Thank you for your time. I love you. I see you out there in Dallas on the 25th?
Yeah, on 25th of June.
Yeah, I'll be down there to support you on what you got going on. And you know we got an award for you on July the 9th. We do an award ceremony. You're going to get an award with
I appreciate y'all.
Along with a lot of people, man. You are extremely important in this industry for our people. You are extremely important.
Coach, I know that because I've been some places. Me and my brother have been some places that we now we understand why God took us there. We you know how you do things for your own, like I'm gonna do this, take care of the family. But now once me and my brother start understanding like the importance of the mentorships and all that, we've been doing that. We just now finally got it into a structured sense and allowing ourselves to help people without being poor, without being empty.
Right. Good deal, man. Good deal. All right, my brother, bro, you did your job tonight, man. You over-exceeded my expectations. And the comments that we been getting, man, they be like, this is so good. This is informative. So you did your job, man. Kudos to you. I ain't got nothing but love for you. Every time you come to Atlanta, you come into the house. So we already know what time it is. So number peace. Love everybody. I will see y'all tomorrow. What?
All right, Coach.
Oh, You say it. Hold on, Marcus.
Okay, hey everybody. So I'm excited. Got a few updates for you. First of all, Marcus, thank you so much. You know I will be calling you first thing in the morning.
Okay.
And you too, Damien. The other thing is tomorrow, don't forget our lineup. We got Box Truck Chris, Last Mile Legend coming on. Wednesday, we got Brewster. And then on Thursday, I got my girl and my son, Deanna and Darius of D3J Logistics. They about to blow y'all mind for real. You think, you have no idea. Also, July the 9th in Atlanta, Georgia, it's going down. We're having the Trucking Survival Experience. So just what Marcus has shared, some of the ones you're going to hear from later this week, they're coming into Atlanta. They're going to be a part of this ceremony. Marcus, make sure you clear your schedule for July 9th. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, I got you.
You got me? Okay. So Marcus coming. Get in the room, you guys. We're going to have a VIP happy hour social time. You get to mingle with our people that's coming in. We're going to have a full day of dropping nothing but knowledge and education for you guys. And then also we're going to have an award ceremony and a banquet at the end. It is about to be lit. They just told me that we may be doing a cocktail hour on the rooftop on that Friday before. So stay tuned, stay plugged in. We're going to survive this industry because we're pulling the key people together for you guys, and we're going to give you and bring you what you need. That's in Atlanta, Georgia, July the 9th at the Renaissance Hotel downtown. And then Adam Wingfield is going to be our keynote speaker. And he is truly, when I say him and Marcus are best friends.
Adam is another 22-year guy that just will blow your mind when it comes to this education of trucking and how to actually pivot and stay strong.
Yes.
Shout out to Adam. Iron sharpens iron, most definitely. Me and him are always like, if y'all could just hear us on like the type of, like, because we both smart, so you know it'd be like some challenges there trying to figure out who's smarter sometimes in the market. So it'd be beautiful though, because it challenges both of us to go even harder. So that's my sparring partner.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so he's our keynote speaker. So that's it, you guys. Stay tuned. The tickets and all that will be dropping next week.
Yeah, but don't forget, next week we got the 4-day challenge.
Yeah.
So don't forget that. Join the 4-day challenge, man. Join the 4-day challenge about these box trucks, cargo van, and sprinter van. Just click the link above and sign up for that. Marcus, I love you, bro. Peace.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Doc Marcus.